Hey everyone, and welcome to our Dubai Fitness Championship coverage. I'm your host, Lauren Kalil. Today we have our sports analyst, Joey Adduci, and MC Bella Martin. They are back here to reveal now their women's podium picks. The men was a lot of fun, especially because we got some new names in the mix. Can we expect the same for the women's side?
No. No, I was way more conservative with these girls. For them, it's all about this past year performance. So I don't think it's as exciting, but you never know.
What about you, Joey?
No, I'm sticking to same as her. I'm sticking to past performance, most recent.
I am curious because both of you have a little bit of a different strategy when deciding who you want to put in that 1, 2, and 3 position on your podium picks. What goes into deciding which athletes you're going to put there, especially because at this point, or at least at the time of the recording, we don't know what the workouts are going to be?
For me, I think about, okay, what are the last major comps that they've done? How have they done? Do they have any injuries that we've noticed? I'll go on their Instagram. What are they posting? You're not going to see an entire view of how their training's going, but they're going to post things that they're proud of. So if they're posting something that's really strong or really fast, okay, they're probably going to do well. But a lot of it really does come down to, okay, how do they do in the past major comps that they've seen, maybe the last 6 months, maybe since the games? And then also, is there anything else maybe that I know about them as a person that I've learned that I can add to it?
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's a combination of like stats and story. So like the stats don't lie. You look at most recent, like she's saying, but also you like taking in, and it is a live competition. So, everybody has a game plan until they get punched in the face. Mike Tyson quote. It's the same thing with live competition. So a lot of times we can say like this person sounds like they're great on paper, but then all of a sudden, something happens. They have to adapt on the fly. Things don't go their way. Who has that competitive experience or athleticism to adjust on the fly? And that's what I really like to take into account is, how did they handle those in the past?
All right. Without any further ado, Joey, we're going to let you start today of your women's podium, your 1, 2, and 3. Here you go.
All right. So starting off with Jamie, hasn't been to the games, since 2020, but she did finish on the podium back in 2019. Kind of like I was saying, is if you look at her past, she's somebody who finished second at Dubai in 2018, and she's just a gamer. She's one of those people that can beat anybody if the workouts line up for her. If it's a simple couplet or triplet out on the floor doing a classic CrossFit workout, she's almost unbeatable with anyone in the world. She missed the games by 36 points this year at Torian. So she's still extremely fit. I'm excited to see her, and it's close to, home. So I'm excited to see her get out on the competition floor. For Lena, you can't knock her with back-to-back second place finishes at the games on a team. Extremely balanced. Those Oslo teams are incredibly balanced. She was 63rd worldwide in the Open, so her individual fitness is incredible. And she most recently took 6th at Madrid. So I'm excited to see her going down to Matilda, 14th at Rogue. A little bit strength biased at Rogue. If you look at her experience at the games this past year, what really stood out to me is that she took a 10th and 5th in shuttle to overhead, which are scored on complete opposite spectrums. So you have that running stamina and that strength overhead. To finish that well on both ends of the spectrum is really impressive. And then she had a 7th in bike to work, and she finished top 10 in a muscle up workout and a swimming workout. So her fitness is extremely well rounded. I'm excited to see her at Dubai.
All right, Bella, let's take a look at your 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, so I love it because we have a lot of the similar reasons, whether or not we have the same order. So with Richter, she team athlete, second place on team. We all know that to be a good team athlete, you have to be very well rounded to kind of balance each other out. So to see that, and then also seeing her 6th at Madrid shows she can hang as an individual. Same thing with Garnish, 19th at the games as an individual. Her first individual games, she was 14th at Rogue. You don't just get to go to Rogue by being a good athlete. You have to qualify, you have to be invited. It's amazing to see how these girls do. So to see her kind of be in the middle of the pack at Rogue, being one of those elite athletes, I think that sets her up for success. And then also, I would say Manon. So she came 11th at Rogue, so she was kind of right off the top 10 there. But she's very strong and she's got that weightlifting background. So I'm hopeful that we see some sort of weightlifting event where she can really push forward. But again, it's these team athletes that I have all of my confidence in because they're the top dogs in the teams. They're going to be top dogs when it comes to this field of ladies.
Well, and especially with women, I feel like that's always been the separator because you look at Team Mayhem Freedom, of course, Rich is amazing, and whoever the other man is on the team, a couple of different ones throughout the years. But it's really the women who I think
Mhm.
elevate the team. So somebody like Lena, now in the individual category, we've seen her a couple of times in the individual field, especially at Madrid. But why does it make her such a threat to the women's podium at Dubai?
I mean, she gets the game. I think when it comes to being an individual athlete, you have to understand all the workouts. You have to understand how you're going to play it, how you can play your strengths. But she knows how to do it from so many different ways. She understands how to play as an individual where she can show off. And then she also knows, okay, maybe this is where I'm going to pull back and maybe let someone else kind of pull forward in this event. They just get the game.
And then we look at somebody like Jamie Simmons. I love to see her back out there because she's somebody that, she had a couple of unfortunate events of why she wasn't able to qualify. She got so close and then it just didn't pan out. Joey, I think you had her in your top 3. You had her at 1, correct?
Yep, she's my number 1.
Okay. Why do you think this is the competition where we're going to see her stand at top of the podium? Kind of elaborate a little bit more on what your thoughts were behind having her at the top.
Yeah, I mean, she's coming up and she podiums, and then, obviously had that unfortunate shoulder injury, and just the resilience to battle back. She posted that whole rehab throughout the whole thing, and worked her way to an extremely difficult Oceania region, and she was 36 points out of qualifying. Obviously with the strength of field, that's going to be a different story this year, but it's something that, she's had nothing but resilience over the last several years. And like I said, she's a gamer. So if you put her on the floor, if she's in striking distance, you do not want her next to you in the lane because she'll get after it. And if it's, like I said, a simple gymnastics movement and a light to moderate barbell, classic CrossFit, she can hang and beat anybody in the world, including Tia. So she's one of those people that is dangerous if the workouts line up for her.
Yeah, I'm excited to see her back on the competition floor. She's somebody that I always get excited to see back out there, and just like her whole journey, I think is super inspiring. Let's now move to our dark horses. Bella.
Okay, I love this. So Emily, she withdrew
I
from
love
the
this too.
games. It's my favorite because I think at the games I was expecting to see her thrive.
Actually.
I think she's ready. She set herself up for success at the games. Unfortunately, had to withdraw. So I think this is where she's going to do it. Kind of similar how I expected Lazar to do really well at Rogue, got injured. I think this is his time to shine. I think this is her time to shine. If she's fixed up and she's healthy, I think this is going to be her highlight of what we were going to see back in Madison. We're going to see it in Dubai.
Well, and the thing with her is I spoke to her after she had surgery. I think it was less than 24 hours, and she was already back at the venue at the CrossFit Games at the Alliant Energy Center. And I'm like, what are you doing back here? And she's like, I had to come watch, I had to come support. And just like that mindset that she wasn't just going to like sit in a hospital bed and feel sorry for herself. Like, this girl is a savage. So hopefully like rehab and getting healthy again has gone well for her. I think that if she didn't feel 100%, she probably wouldn't have her like debut coming back be at in Dubai. So I'm really excited to see what she's going to bring to the table as a healthy Emily, because we know that her track record is incredible.
Me too. She's an absolute animal. And so now that she's healthy, we're going to see what we were going to see back in August, just a couple of months later.
Exactly. It's better late than never, right?
Yeah. Heck yeah. Let's go.
All right, Joey, let's talk about your dark horse.
Yeah, so I really did debate back and forth on Emily and Corinne. So I decided with her because of the last several years. So she did finish second at Dubai back in 2019, but she has been at the games, 3 times. Her lowest placement ever was 21st in her rookie year. She finished 20th place this past season in 2022. Just extremely consistent as an athlete. And there is that question mark, like I said, with Lazar on the men's side of things with his ankle. We don't know where Emily is at in her recovery. Love her to death, but I had to give it to Corinne with this one.
Okay, there's a decision process to everything, right?
We're going to battle it out, Joey.
I love it. We're here for it. Okay, who did we leave out of the top 3 that we were considering but just didn't make the cut?
For me, it was Jamie. I mean, I saw her
Uh-huh.
at Torian. She was at Madrid. She's a phenomenal athlete, regardless of if it's team or if it's individual. She's absolutely amazing. But for me, I had other ladies that I was thinking, hey, these are kind of my stronger picks.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was Emily. I tried my best to look at it objectively, which was hard for me because I do love Emily. She is tough as nails. But just looking at the recovery process, it wasn't that long ago. August was not that long ago, and it was a pretty traumatic injury. So just thinking about the timeline of how intense they need to be training for a major event, working that backwards to August, there hasn't been a ton of time. Again, if anyone could do it, it probably would be Emily. But for me, that was just something that was too much of a question mark to add her in for right now.
Fair answer.
It's fine. I'll take her.
Yep. In all due time, we will see. Guys, I'm so excited. We're almost there. We have Wadapalooza, and then really we're kicking off the season again. I can't believe that we're almost there.
It feels weird. It really does. It feels weird.
It does.
Excited.
The off season's been very busy.
What off season?
There is no off season.
What off season?
Not for the athletes, not for media, not for MCs. No, it's
No.
go, go, go. But
that's a good thing. It shows the sport's growing. We'll take it. Would rather be
Exactly.
busy than have nothing going on. So
Right. More opportunities for athletes to make money as well and professionalize the sport. So we love that.
absolutely. I'm here for it.
All right, Bella, Joey, thank you guys again for joining us. And we will now get ready for our full Dubai coverage. Joey, I'll see you on the internet. Bella, I'll see you in Dubai in person.
I'll see you next week.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.